questions. If you've been following Koi, then today is the day to actually ask her all them questions. If she's not responded to your DMs, well, today now just throw them into the comment section and let's understand what she means by coincidence and why she is still engraved so much in the African culture, yet contemporary, all at the same time. So please join us. Of course, it is at Lookup TV on Twitter and on Facebook, and use the hashtag The Morning Drip. Remember, this is Drip and Flex, so it's everything style, drip and flex. Hey, Koi.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi, Anki. How are you?
I am curious.
I love it. That's my constant state. Curiosity.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
First, just say hi to everyone else watching. You know, you could use your camera or the long shot and welcome them with all the vibe, because you've always been a vibe to the show.
Greetings and salutations to everybody. I say hi to humanity and I practice humanity. Thank you for taking the time to just hang out with us. We're just going to discuss fashion, we're going to discuss culture, and we're going to discuss spirituality.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, when you bring that aspect, I don't even know which one to start with.
You know, it's going to be a muchuzi mix of everything.
Okay. Now, this is about to get interesting. And I know a lot of people are curious, really. They are curious. They're like, what? What is she even talking about? Because it's not something you randomly get out here spoken about. But even your fashion sense, let me start with what you're wearing. Did you dress yourself?
Of course. Didn't we all dress ourselves? Oh
no,
my God.
no, like
but
this.
Yes.
I did not dress myself.
I am wearing myself. This is my new collection here. So some stuff is thrifted. I still shop in Latour.
Yes.
But this is me. This is my new collection that I'm currently working on. That is black, white, and shades of brown, as you can see. It's called Kalos Kai Agathos, my new collection, because I'm trying to find a sweet spot where both goodness and beauty exist. I feel like in this day and age, back in the day that was normal, what was good was what was beautiful. But today I feel like beauty has taken a new form, something shallow, something sexualized, something petty, that I'm bringing it back to say both. There's a sweet spot where both exist, and that's what this collection is about.
Goodness and beauty.
Yes.
And I like the perspective you've brought in. I want to hear, please, every other thing she says, I'm still calling into the public to talk to me about it, because it's quite an angle to do on the Drip and Flex. And when you mentioned that you practice
Womanity.
Okay,
so there's feminism.
Yes.
Right? And isms and schisms of all kinds I don't believe in. Because feminism have a tendency, not all of it, like I'm not saying in its entirety, but again, like beauty, there's bits and bobs of feminism that have sort of taken, I think, a tangent in which now they are not about a progressive collective energy. It's more of an exclusivity or something against certain genders. So I think as a woman, as a womb man, I have a responsibility to nurture and direct humanity toward wellness, happiness, contentment, and that to remind people Ubuntu, what you are me and I am you, regardless of our seemingly separateness. Yeah, that's an illusion.
And does it speak in your style, in your outfits, in your masks, in your ornaments?
Oh, definitely. First of all my clothes are his and hers, so to speak. They are not necessarily, I can't say gender fluid, but I always accommodate both genders. For every cloak I make that has a slightly cinched waist, there's a very architectural one for a man.
Okay.
Just that is it an exchange? I call it the man-woman boogie, right? So I always do it like that. My jewelry is always, that one is full-blown unisex. Anyone can wear it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to remind people, you are spirit. You are not Anki. You're Anki, but you're not Anki. Okay. You're also a cosmic being who is boundless and genderless and tribeless and skinless. And we are a spirit surrounding our body. We're not a spirit inside the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now all the questions I know are beginning to stream in. You know this can be complicated.
Yeah.
For those who do not understand it, including myself, who's trying to understand, then, you know, because a lot of times there's the common sayings of dress how you want to be addressed, number one.
Yes.
Number two, you are viewed like, you know, gender clothes. Like you said, some are unisex, but there is a way a certain culture would dress the men. So we can identify you from a distance that, hey, that must be a man coming, or that's a woman. When you bring in the aspect of spirit and culture, but yet you still have the unisex garment. I don't know, where are you coming from with this, you know, attire, you know, aspect? Because we're going to come into the mood of what you wear could actually change your mood or explain your spirit. But before that, how are you able to, you know, bring in all these aspects that you stand for in, you know, in style? The fact that man, woman, spirit.
So because the conversation is pretty heavy, right?
Yes.
Like if I go on, a lot of people will be confused. A lot of people will just be like, it's the devil.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I do clothes that are very culturally potent, right? So same concept that when you see a man walk, you see based on the dress, you know that's a man. What I want is, before you approach me, we can sense and feel and see your spirit, regardless of whether you are a man and a woman. I am trying to preach balance.
Okay.
Right? I am a female, but within me, I have both masculine and feminine energy. And based on how my day goes, I wield both at will, right? I use both. We all use both. In traffic, you all gotta be all aggressive, and I have to tune into my masculine charged energy. And now when I come here and I'm deciding what to wear and I'm putting on my makeup, I have to do my female energy. Same thing for men. He's waking up, he's choosing which shirt to wear. He puts it on and he's like, oh, I feel a bit fat, and he changes. That is his female energy, right? He sees his bae and he's like, oh my God, he feels soft and he feels loving. And so I just want to blur those lines within. Okay. So that you don't have to keep stuck. Men are emotionally, right now, men are emotionally impoverished because, not by choice, but because society tells them, be a man. Mwanaume, I mean, mwanaume, everything. It's not just one thing. And with our sons, I really want to do it differently, right? I want them to be feeling, breathing, living men. And also, same thing for females. You're stuck in this role of softness and submission, and if you're too ambitious, you're a bad mom. And if you are a mom, you're not ambitious enough. No. We can be all of it. We are meant to be all of it.
We are meant to be all of it.
We are created to be all of it. Yeah.
If you're following the conversation, I know you're yet to ask me which fabric she's wearing, why her choice of fabric. And someone would even question and ask you, why aren't you wearing the hides and skins? They would ask that, yes, if she was to fully bring out the cultural aspect. But let's talk about your choice of, you know, material. Even the ones we are seeing here, and some in your Instagram page as well.
Yes. So I do wear hides and skins sometimes, guys.
Oh, you do? You just don't post them much?
It's just, so we need to discuss culture as contemporary Africans. Not this romanticized old world view, right? Because none of us really live like that, right? We are on Instagram, we have technology, we have houses with like stone walls, and we have had houses with stone walls for about 1,000 years, right? So that romantic, naked, gods must be crazy African, to be honest, is the view of Africans from an outsider. Right? It's not us looking at us and that's what we see. No. If we look at us, we're going to see good mothers, we're going to see strong fathers, we're going to see cousins, families full of cousins. That is what the contemporary African is. Hence my fly whisk, but also, you know, like lashes, imported lashes. They can all exist together. In fact, not they can, they do on a daily basis, right? And hence my choice of material. There's bone, like literally bone.
Oh, it is a bone.
It's a bone. This is a bone.
Is it possible for me to actually... Oh, all right, they're tied together.
Yes. No, well, we'll untie them when we're on break.
Yeah, when we're on a break, but what you can hold it closely for my camera.
This is literally like a bone I picked up from a sauce, a stew, bana beef stew. And what I did was dry it in the sun, because the sun can sort of remove the extra marrow, gives it these cracks, dries it up properly. Then this one, I get my son, he's about 5, to polish for me. We sit with steel wire and he polishes the bone so that it's smooth. And you see, that's also part of being African, both traditionally and contemporarily, because 1,000 years from now, we would have done the same process, right? We'll still chinja the mbuzi to eat it, and we will use everything about it. We'll use the hide, we'll use the hoofs, we'll use the horn for cups. Like so for me, I'm pulling at that. I'm looking at the past to ground in the present, to then hopefully create a better future.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that is, and sometimes people have said, well, we don't have materials to actually keep up with style. You're taking us back in the day.
Well, it's because we're trying to keep up with a style that's not ours. That's what I keep saying over and over.
Yes.
Vogue, nothing against Vogue, but their materials are based on their worldly problems. Their biggest waste product is plastic. Whereas we have a properly established meat like industry in Dagoretti. All of Nairobi's meat comes from Dagoretti. All of it. That guy for Kuku Sama.
And you're confident about it?
As well as Fugo Gaucho. I have done my research, right? And you check our beef industry versus the beef industry in the West is much kinder. No death is justified even for your beef stew. But our industry is a bit kinder. And therefore, you know, we still have the tinkering fingers for aesthetics. You know, I see this bone and I'm like, oh, it's actually cute after I'm full.
After you're full, but you're like, we're not throwing this away.
We're not throwing this away.
It could actually be a jewelry.
Exactly.
Beautiful. I would hardly know that, but now that you have, because when you came in, I wasn't sure that was a bone.
Yeah, it's a bone.
And the fact that you fused it, you've talked about contemporary and of course our Africanness in one. I want to talk about the longer chain on, and you can give us just give us what all this means.
Fantastic.
Even in womanity.
Yes, I love it. So first of all, this is my magic wand, my fly whisk.
Okay, what does
I use it to sort of set my vibes, right?
Okay.
My existential space, I use it to put it in order. Or if there is disorder, to send the disorder away.
Okay.
Right? So traditionally, the fly whisk was also a piece of authority. It was held by the chief, typically a man, which is another thing I'm sort of shaking up, right? Because also I can also carry it, and I can also chief this thing. I can
just
be
as the men did.
Yes.
Okay.
And this piece I'm wearing, it's interesting you say womanity, because this one, I usually let the jewelry talk to me.
Okay.
I call it throwing bones, right? Which is another thing that I would be doing 1,000 years from now. Like if I look back 1,000 years, I would be throwing my bones to get intel on the seasons changing, intel on rain, intel on our enemies moving. So perhaps right now those are not the problems we face, but I use it to get like abundance references and protection masks. Like this is for protection.
Okay.
Just working with your ancestry. So if you don't want to perpetually discuss it, you just put this on and you have a camel bone, which used to be a being.
So that is a camel bone on it?
The beads, yeah. This big round beads is camel.
Okay.
Right? And what I love, I like using animal bone because it previously a being, so it has spirit. So this bead has spirit.
Okay.
Right? And this bead has spirit. And that's the thing we've lost as Africans. We're so scared of white Jesus, and yet, I mean, that's why we are so spiritual. That's why we make good Christians. That's why we make good Muslims, because we are just in tune with the cosmic spirit, which is one, right? Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, Mohammed, they are literally all preaching the same thing.
Okay.
It's just different parts of the story. Sorry if I'm offending imams and pastors, but also, you know, listen.
All right, so because what we're looking at is then that everything else that you wear has meaning.
Exactly. Everything, so that's the point, right?
So sometimes you meet people wearing certain styles, certain beads. You might want to ask, you know, what style, because really for right now, I don't know, if you look at the fashion that's going on, I don't think people have meaning to what they wear. I don't know if you've done that observation. It's just, this is trending.
It's just trending.
Or it's a brand.
Yeah.
And what? I don't really know what it means.
Although I will give Kenyans the fact that they do respond. They don't know it.
Okay.
But I think they respond to their individual spirits, their individual nuances, their individual identities. There we go. Because honestly, when I walk in Tao Kwanza CBD, I'm just like, wow, hey, people be dripping and flexing, even without knowing. Like, they're not even putting much effort, but you see, looking good is not about following a trend. It's about comfort.
Okay.
Comfort, if you're comfortable, then you go to the mirror and you look good. That gives you confidence.
True.
And then there you have a good day. And that's all it's about.
True.
So I used to be like angst that we're just following trends. But then if you pay a bit more attention, you find people follow the trends that speak to them,
Okay.
that resonate to them. And for me, already that's style. And style is something else. Style is not trending. Style is something you do for a lifetime. It's steady, it's consistent. You find something that works for you and you harness it until it is properly like articulated, properly done, something it's easy, it oozes out of you. Yes.
And you grow with it, so we can tell this is Koi's style.
Yes, and you grow with it.
And that's where you're getting the fuse of the person, the identity, and what they wear.
Yeah, and what they wear. Yeah.
And you know, Koi, something that you're bringing, to understand also today is that you don't have to, like using bones. It doesn't have to be extremely expensive
So
to
first
be
of all,
comfortable.
My brand is literally, it grew out of, can I say, waste products?
Okay.
Right? So there's no size chart for black people.
All
right? All of us, I'm sure you know, you try and buy a skirt suit and you're a size 8 up and then a size like 10 down. You can never buy the full suit, it's either or. So my mother used to buy me clothes, oh, bless your heart, mom, and I used to chop them up. Which used to anger my mother because she's like, I just bought that trouser and why can't you just dress like other people? But those statements, when she's like, you can't dress like other people, is when I'm like, all right, so I'm ready. I look like myself. I don't look like others. Good. So that's where I started, changing up my clothes. Like a lot of the times our waist, if it passes your hips, it won't fit your waist. And if it's good enough for your waist, it'll get stuck here on your thighs. Small girls, big girls,
yes.
It's not a weight thing. It's a ancestry. I always say we work with our grandmothers.
Okay. Now that you followed, I know all those who have I'm not going to use that same word, but if you follow the discussion, please let me know what your thoughts are. Many other questions. We're going to sample them from Twitter, maybe Koi's Instagram page right now, when we come in the next session, and keep sending those questions because at the end of the day, she's here to answer them in terms of sense of style, fashion, identity, spirituality.
Exactly.
And she's saying that she stands for something called womanity.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And I'm curious, are you also a poet?
I'm not a poet, but I love words. I really love words. I'm a painter, and I love reading. Right? My mom is a poet, is a writer. So books. I had books since I had food. And then the moment you read, what happens is you start to write. That's all. I'm also very interested in breaking down the English language.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's a corruption of so many indigenous languages, and it is. That's why it's the youngest language. They sat as a council and decided this will mean this will mean this, which is very unnatural for language, because language typically just evolves.
Okay.
Based on needs, based on sounds we hear, based on traditions. So a lot of the basis of English is Greek, a lot of Greek is Hebrew, a lot of Hebrew is our languages.
All right.
Imagine, if you did not know, Hebrew is Luya, Kikuyu, Bukusu is here, Ngosa. That's where our English language comes from. A good example is Mimi, right?
All right.
What does that mean? Me.
Me, yes. Me.
Did you see that? Mimi and me. It's not a coincidence, or it is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or it is. And you'll find, so I started to pay attention.
Coincidence.
Yes, coincidence. And I started to find Mimi and me. Mimi is a much more ancient word than me. So all they did was change it to an E, which in tradition would be me, you know. So that's a nice way to put, I feel like English is a bit meh for our vibration as cosmic beings.
Okay.
So I try to break it down and put it together in a different way that just, I don't know, is more coherent.
Okay.
With peace and Ubuntu. Yeah.
And I like when she keeps saying Ubuntu. So guys, please, I want to allow us a short breather, very short breather, perhaps just 1 minute of a breather, and come back with your questions and really what piece we have here, what this cloth is, the clothesline, the affordability. if you had your own, bones, or I don't know, whichever material it is, would she work something out of it shortly after this break?
Thank you.
Look at the amazing collection, you all. It's just about to get hotter, and you can see her with her whisk, like the majesty, the vibes herself, right here on set. Remember, it's more, we've gone deeper today on the drip and flex, so like just not wearing what you wear. It has meaning to it. And what is fascinating me is that she has a collection of animal bones. And she says it is, an animal has a spirit. And when you wear that, then there's a connection here in what you wear and not just looking all fabulous. She's saying goodness and beauty is actually one thing. Have you thought about it that way? We're live on Facebook at Lookup TV. But for now, I want to give you a short breather with a bed just to see a bit of her work. And of course, let me know if you want to order one or two things. She'll be giving you the social media handles as well to start purchasing and how to purchase it. But for now, Koi.the-Sun, the founder Koincidence with Koi. Just now, shortly coming in, you'll hear her voice again. Very deep, of course, conversation going on. But for now, enjoy some of her work right here on at Lookup TV, The Morning Drift, Drip and Flex. All right, there you go, surprise. Surprise. It's magic, and I just, Adakadabra, put in, some different pimp to what I had earlier on. That's how you know it's Drip and Flex, okay? Now you want to find out, if you like this, please feel free to ask how much or how long it takes to make it. But let's come back to meaning. Now, I don't even know what my patterns here are all about.
So this new collection, so my first collection was called Couture is Culture. Just to remind us that beauty was a very integral part of our living, right? A serving spoon had beauty, like an intention, right? So depending on the serving spoon I give you, tells you what kind of guest you are in my house, right? So that's what my first collection was about. Very colorful, very graphic prints, very heavy cloaks. This one, I wanted to be more delicate, more architectural, black, white nudes. Because regardless of all this black and white, we like to talk about, you know, there's a song, a black, black, black on black on black, black. Actually, I'm brown.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yes, yes, you are.
Actually, you're brown. Actually, he's brown. You're brown. Even Indians, white people, you're brown. You're just different shades of brown. So, in the discussion of good and beautiful, I'm also putting in there that all of us can attain this goodness, this beauty, because none of us is actually black, none of us is actually white, right? And therefore, can we just drop those barriers and accept our beauty, and therefore then be good to everybody, be kind to everybody. And that's why what you're wearing, so I'm trained as an architect, so you'll see a lot of my designs are very architectural. They're not the typical kitenge clothing.
Yes.
And if we can ask Anki to stand.
Yes, sure.
And do a little twirl for us, because
I'll have the pleasure.
Please do.
That's why it's drip and flex.
Yeah.
And then you can also guide me on, should I have it closed?
So my clothes are modular, right? Like this, you can have it as a dress, right? It's a wrap dress, but also it's a cloak.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
there
I don't know
you
if
go.
you're getting a complete...
There you go.
Can
If
I
you
turn
could go
first?
round,
Okay, there's a mic behind me.
There's a
Okay.
mic, but forgive the mic, you can still see the black,
Beautiful.
white,
I
right?
like. I like.
It has pockets. It always has pockets.
Let me
Can
see.
you just look at that?
Is it, okay, both
Right?
ways? There
Both
you
ways.
go.
Oh, you need both. You need both. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, can you guys get it? Are you
Right?
feeling it?
So
All right.
there's this view. I really like the view of that. Very printed. Then on this side, very clean and very architectural. So that you can still be, you know, a corporate badass, you know, African.
I think I want this. Is it gonna fit if I try to close it?
It will, but
So
your
they can
mic,
see the difference.
your mic is the problem.
Let's see, let's see.
Your mic is a
And today
problem.
it's E for embarrassment for me if this doesn't work.
No, there's no embarrassment. Not here.
Not here.
We're in a safe space.
We're we are alive again.
And
Did
that's
it
what
work
I'm
out?
saying about goodness. Fashion should be much kind to us.
To
we
us
should be
all.
allowed to repeat clothes. We should be allowed to be, oh, I need a bigger size. I need a smaller size. Like let's be kinder.
And you just said something about repeating clothes. I don't know how many people are watching from back at home, and a lot of times if you repeat clothes a lot in this day and age, it's a problem.
No, but that's called style, you guys.
You can repeat clothes and it's stylish.
That's called style. No, what is style? Like you establish pieces that work for you. Right?
Okay.
Like for me, for my legs, I really do well with a high waist. Anybody who knows me has already seen this tutu. It's one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, I repeat clothes because this gives me life force. It makes me happy when I wear it. And also, don't we have washing machines?
Oh, so some, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, quite another
So that's
perspective.
what I'm saying. Like, we're in Africa, and that idea of never repeating clothes is very bad for the environment. It promotes fast fashion, it promotes wastage. A designer has taken time to create these clothes. Someone has taken time to weave this fabric, and you're only going to wear it once because you Instagrammed it. Like, I feel like we need to ascend beyond this petty existence. And then that's why I'm saying, look into the spirit of things, the goodness of things. If you wear something once, where does it go next? Doesn't it go to a landfill? Let me tell you, a lot of our fabrics are not biodegradable, especially because they have polyester, they have plastics in them. Not coincidence, but generally speaking, you get what I mean? Like, even as I say not coincidence, this lace is not pure cotton. How will it, once it's in the earth, how will it then be assimilated back, right? There's so many people without clothes. Why can't you wear yours twice? Why can't you wear yours thrice? Or I know you are wearing yours twice, thrice, but you're just not posting it.
Because,
get over it.
Again, the perception.
The perception, get over it. Like, try and see yourself with your third eye, yours, not about other people. try and turn your eyes inward and see, do I like this thing? If you like it, you like it. Don't apologize.
Don't apologize. And she's saying not a coincidence. You just chose to wear it. Let's talk about why you called it Coincidence.
Because I'm koi first. And isn't that word just positively gorgeous? Like, if you change the C to a K, there I am. But also because of the depth of my pursuit in fashion, right? It's not just, I'm not just trying to make you look good. I'm trying to make you feel good and be closer to your most authentic self. So what I believe in, coincidence is not something that happens to you. Well, you guys, it can happen to you. Please place your orders. But it's something that you intentionally create. So there's this big secret in the world. Oprah, Bill Gates, those guys know it. You create your own reality. Life is not happening to you. It is you. Even the bad things, you guys, even bad things, you are the one who are vibrating at a low frequency, and therefore these bad things are happening. You are the one vibrating at a higher frequency, and therefore those things are happening. So that's what coincidence is about. It's a brand about the spiritual power of beauty to cause an evolution in the human spirit. So
I think we need another sit down for that one, so people cannot get confused this morning. I know we wanted to know, you know, a bit about the jewelry before we close in about 3 or 4 minutes. Each of them, you have made them specially. So maybe if you walk us through, and please tell us how they can make your orders, even as you continue to share.
So just hit me up on Instagram. Right now, real estate in Nairobi is expensive. I don't have a shop. Just find me on the onlines. DM me, no problem, at Koincidence, Koi.Incidence. So the piece I'm wearing is channeling female fertility. I don't know if you can see. Anyone who's ever given birth knows that posture. Today it's very liberating, very liberating. It's called goddess pose. That's what this is. This is also about fertility in terms of mimicking the phallus, right? I'll just go through it quickly. This one is about abundance, just because of the brass, the gold, the bone. It just signifies wealth as well as providence together. Right? This is walking with your ancestors.
You mentioned.
I mentioned this one.
And it has a camel bone on it.
It has a camel bone, It's not that I'm channeling the spirit of a camel. It's just, it's nice to have beads that were once alive. Things that were once alive. That's the problem with plastic nowadays.
So they can degrade?
No, see, they're bones. Well, yes, when they go into the earth, yes.
If they go into the earth, that was my point.
Sorry, yes, they are. Yeah, they are. So this piece is very interesting because it can be a necklace, right? It can be hair beads, and it can also be waist beads, right? And so that's another thing I like doing, clothing that, hence why I'm telling you, you can't wear things once. If you have a piece that is modular, then you must play with it. And this is camel bone and brass. I always try to use the essential metals because they can eat your energy. Brass, if you're having a good day, it shines. If you're having a bad day, it's all cloudy.
It goes with your mood.
It goes in your mood. Can you imagine?
That's beautiful. This, I don't know if I'm going to take.
Go ahead. This is my new collection. And this piece was from years back when I was doing a collaboration with Mayonde. And she got these brass pieces. These are Andika symbols. This one means a gate, like a stargate. Not this piece, but the necklace together is a stargate. And this one is a new technique. I don't know if you can see the difference. It has knots and strings and knots and strings. And I was taught this by Miss Tanje. Anyone who knows silver jewelry knows Miss Tanje. I'm plugging in my peeps. This is bone, this is glass, this is brass.
And everything here, typically everything here has a meaning. When you dress up back at home, the question is, what is your day like? What are you feeling? What is your mood? We used to be told, we're told about colors, like yellow is happiness. Is warm.
I think match your aura. Yellow for me doesn't make me happy. I'm often in black. Actually, I'm often in black and white clothes. Hence this collection. And yet I'm a very bubbly, happy person. Well, I'd like to think, I don't know. Maybe I'm an introvert. I don't know.
Maybe they should let us know. Those who have interacted with have to let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think don't necessarily, same thing with trending, don't go to those color charts. One, those color charts are done in the West. They're not done for you as an African, and your relation to yellow being the sun and your relation to brown being your skin, or yellow beans after the Jiko.
Really?
You know, they've not done that
done.
research for you, right? So I think how I dress is, yes, to match my mood. So on a good day, it'll be ironic. On a good day, I'm in all black. On a day, I'll be feeling myself, I'm in black. Also, the dots are on my face.
Please tell us more.
Are about centering my energy and setting my intention for the day, right? So today I came to share and to talk and to speak and to see and be spoken to. Therefore, the energy is sort of outward and out and around, backing out and around, right? To just refresh, to come into my aura, out of my aura.
Okay.
Sometimes the beads go up when I'm trying to center and ground to my higher self, to source, to God, whomever you keep your faith in. So it depends.
It depends.
Right? Yeah.
You see, we see this a lot with Indian. And we never really understand if the beads have meaning. You do know that now people have a way of dressing these beads on their faces. Fashion show, is it pageants?
Yes.
You see that?
Yes, you see
But can
it.
they explain the meaning is my concern. Maybe it's a challenge you're giving us this morning to actually understand what you're wearing, why you're wearing it, and what it means. And of course, keep talking to us on at Lookup TV, on Twitter and on Instagram. Make your purchases. I'm curious first. I mean, are they affordable? Because, you know,
what's affordable?
the outfits,
What's
like what I
affordable?
have.
What's affordable to you? Like, you say affordable is relative.
Oh, so it's also open.
No. I'm not saying it's negotiable. I'm just saying affordable is relative. To someone, affordable is $100. To someone else, affordable is $2,000.
Okay.
Someone else. So I do try to make my necklaces about, they range from 15,000 to about, no, sorry, 1,500.
Okay.
To about 5,000, right? And then my clothes, typically $100 is the most expensive. 10,000. Okay. 10,000 is the most expensive. Because typically I should be pricing it higher, but I want to sell to my people. Let me be honest. I don't want to put those Muzungu prices, and then I make sales, and then I'm famous in New Orleans and Houston, but not in Nairobi. I want both. I want it all.
Okay. There you go. And I think you've been so much fun. I know we want to take another short commercial break, but I want to say thank you very much for giving us a different perspective to style.
Of course.
And, you know, wearing what speaks to not just the public, but first, are you comfortable and is your spirit inclined with what you're wearing? Koi.the-sun. I'm just going to call you that.
No, Koi-san.
Koi-san. Okay,
Yes.
Koi-san. Thank you so much for your time. I know there's something you mentioned, you need to put, you know, more perspective to it when you come back. All right? But for now, asante sana.
Thank you for having me. Yes, everybody please just dress for your higher self. Even if you're not yet there, dress for that intention.
Dress for the intention. By the way, you know how you dress for your intention? I know this. I'm going to come back with that shortly. Don't go too far away. This is Drip and Flex, and you are watching #The Morning Drip.
Yippee! Kamata floating at 349K. Oh yes, for only 349,000 Kenyan shillings, you become a plot owner at the Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki. The Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki is located along the Nanyuki-Rumuruti Road, only 11 minutes from the Cedar Mall and right opposite Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. This is the best place to establish the getaway home that you have always dreamt about. For every 349,000 that you deposit or pay as installment towards any of Optivent's plot of land, you get 10k cash back instantly. Jaza basi twende na nyuki. Bigger is indeed better.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I can tell you for sure, every time there's a weekend, I look forward to Mondays. Because of the segments lined up every Monday, it makes it a great week, not just for me and my crew, but I hope it does the same for you back at home. Thank you very much for watching us. And of course, we are over 3 million viewership now, thanks to all those in, of course, different countries across the globe. Thank you very much for also being part of the content producers by sharing with us what you need to actually see on our TV every morning. So if you have not yet shared with us your thoughts and your feedback, please run to social media. We are at Look Up TV. At Look Up TV across all social media platforms, including on YouTube. Just in case you missed something since we ever started, you'll find most of that packaged for you on YouTube. Whichever it is, cue it in and you'll be able to watch the current and the previous content right here at Look Up TV, hashtag The Morning Drift. Not forgetting to follow me. I am Anki Doris Ombat on Facebook, at Doris Anki on Twitter, and Anki Doris on Instagram. Now remember that we also have something lined up for you tomorrow. So if you're watching today, you are looking forward to tomorrow from 6:30 all the way to 10 a.m. And when I say that, I mean our guests are excited, just as I am, to ensure that we not only entertain you, we educate you, we bring in awakening moments, and especially on matters Arrive Alive, you know that road safety is the heart of every nation. We have to move. Sustainable mobility at the center of the discussions on Arrive Alive every day from 7 to 8 a.m. If you're an expert with an observation, reach out to me in my DMs and also to our social media teams, and we can have you on set very soon. On the big conversation, please be part of the talks using the hashtags of the relatable issues that we get to discuss here with our panelists and experts for that matter. But when I say an expert, you are an expert in whichever capacity. Do you have a story? Talk to me on @DorisAnki on social media platforms, and also the Look Up TV team, including the news team, will be able to share that story with the rest of the public. Extraordinary lined up for you tomorrow. Do not miss who our personality of the day will be tomorrow. I am sure it will also inspire you, but challenge you as well. But in the spirit of course, the challenge I have been given today, I am wearing this amazing outfit by Koincidence, and she graced the Drip and Flex segment, saying so much that if you missed, you have to go back either on Facebook. You're allowed to rewind and understand what then is style. Identity, spirit, does it speak for you? Are you happy today? Make your orders and find out more from her. DM her as well. But what I have also been told today is that it has to begin from your inside. really, what is style in our African setup, contemporary and modernity. But really, thank you very much for watching The Morning Drift. My name is Anki Dorison, but still more lined up for you, including the news updates subsequently at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. at the top of the hour. A great shout out to Job and the news team. Looking forward to amazing, amazing feedback. But for now, adios, amigo. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And the rest of the world will be kind to you. Enjoy.